Hola, soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. ¿Cómo estáis? Muy bien, espero. Ok, en el video de hoy vamos a hablar del preterito. We're going to talk about the preterite tense in Spanish. Some verbs, AR verbs, regular AR verbs in the preterite tense. What is the preterite tense? Well, preterite tense is in English, we call it the past simple. This is the tense that talks about things we did. Now, it's called the past simple in English because it is simple. In English, for regular verbs, we add ed, so walk becomes walked. And not only that, it's the same for all persons. I walked, you walked, he, she, it walked, we walked, yous walked, they walked. Of course, it's not quite so simple in Spanish because in Spanish we have, as usual, a different ending for each person. So what we're going to look at in this video are just AR verbs, regular AR verbs. So the first one we're going to look at is hablar, to speak. And hablar is a classic regular verb in every tense. So we can always use this one for an example for all tenses, present, past, future, etc. Now, so this tense translates to things we did at a specific point in time once. Okay, so these are the three characteristics of this tense. Something we did, something we only did once, it's a singular action, and something we did at a particular point in time in the past, in past time. So this is how we make it. So we take off the AR ending as we do to conjugate most verbs, most tenses, well certainly past tenses and present tenses. We take off the AR ending first of all. That leaves us with the root of the verb, the stem of the verb, able. And we have that 6 times for the 6 different persons. So remember what the persons are. First person singular, I. Second person singular, you. Third person singular, he, she, or it. First person plural, we. Second person plural, yous. Third person plural, they. And these are the different endings we put on for regular AR verbs. Hablé, hablaste, habló. Hablamos, hablasteis, hablaron. So, hablé, I spoke. Hablaste, you spoke. Habló, he, she, or it spoke. Hablamos, we spoke. Hablasteis, yous, plural, spoke. Hablaron, they spoke. So a couple of things I just want to point out. First of all, the verb to speak in English is not a regular verb in the past tense because we don't say I speaked, we say I spoke. So first of all, it's not a regular verb in English. Second thing I want to point out, which sometimes blows people's minds a little bit when we come to do the past tenses. So habló is he, she, or it spoke. And we are used to, once we've learnt the present tense, we used to put in O on the end of anything that's I. So I speak is habló, but without the accent. So we only know from the context, because if it's not written down, we won't see the accent. If it's written down, that's okay. We can see the accent. We know it's he or she spoke, not I speak. If someone says it, we only know from the context of the sentence whether it's I speak or he, she, or it spoke. The other thing I want to point out is the first person plural, amos ending, is the same as the present tense. So again, we only know from the context if we're talking we speak, if we're saying we speak or we spoke. So it's important to be aware of that. And the example we've got is hablaste con Pablo ayer. And that would be, did you speak to Pablo yesterday? Now, don't forget that in Spanish, we always speak with people, con, not to people, a. Okay? Comprendes? So, there's our first regular AR verb in the preterite, hablar. Number 2, número dos, escuchar, which is to listen, sometimes to hear, but I like to think of it more as to listen. And again, we take off the AR, escuché, escuchaste, escuchó, escuchamos, escuchasteis, escucharon. And then the example we've got for this one, no me escuchó. So that could be either. Now, quite often when we use pronouns, people look at these and they go straight for the pronoun. They go, oh, it's I something. I didn't do something because the pronoun is me. But you know, when you're trying to understand Spanish, when you're trying to make sense of a sentence in Spanish, you always should focus in first on the verb. So look at the verb, escuchó, with the accent. So it's he or she listened, not I listened. But no me escuchó, he or she didn't listen to me. Okay, so very important not to be led astray by the pronouns. Work out your verb first. Always, always identify your verb. Look at the ending on your verb. That will tell you the person, the tense, etc. And then fit the pronoun in afterwards. Okay, no me escucho. Not I didn't listen. He or she didn't listen to me. Must have been a he. Okay, número 3. Bailar, to dance. Bailar. So, again, we take off the AR. It's another regular verb in the preterite tense. Bailé, bailaste, bailó, bailamos, bailasteis, bailaron. And the example, bailé con todos mis amigos en la fiesta. Oh, I remember dancing. Hopefully we'll be dancing again soon. It's this COVID, we're not allowed to dance at the moment. But anyway, hopefully soon. Bailé con todos mis amigos en la fiesta. So, I danced with all my friends at the party. Vale? Vale, número 4. Trabajar, to work. Again, take off the AR, add on the endings. Trabajé, trabajaste, trabajo. Trabajamos, trabajasteis, trabajaron. And the example, el sábado pasado trabajaron todo el día. So last Saturday, they worked all day. See? Vale, número 5. So, llamar. Now, llamar is to call. It's not the reflexive llamarse, which is to be called. Llamar is to call. Llame, llamaste, llamó, llamamos, llamasteis, llamaron. Now, the double L is pronounced y in Spain mostly. You might hear j. Llame, llamaste, llamo. So, j or y, but not l. So, as long as you don't say lame, lamaste, llame is fine and llame is fine. Nos llamaron o llamaron hace 2 días. Now, again, don't be led astray by the pronoun. It's not we, even though it's nos. It's not we. Nos is us, not we. Go to the verb. The ending on the verb is the ending for they. So it's not we called, it's they called us hace 2 días, 2 days ago. So notice how we use hace for ago, and it goes in a different, like in English we'd say 2 days ago, and we put the ago on the end of the sentence. In Spanish, the hace goes in front of the 2 días. The 2 días, the 2 days, 2 días. Bit of Spanglish there. So, nos llamaron hace 2 días. They called us 2 days ago. Another double L verb, llegar or llegar. Llegar is to arrive or to get to. Now, there's a little idiosyncrasy with this one because the first person, if we did not put in the U there for llegué, it would be double L E G E, and the pronunciation would be awkward because G is che, so it'd be yeche. So to avoid that, a U is inserted to make it easier to pronounce, basically. So llegué, llegaste, llegó, llegamos, llegastes, llegaron. And our example, ¿cuándo llegastes aquí? Oh, when did you plural, arrive here? Now, if you're wondering where this particular video fits in with my Break the Language Barrier books, it's not in this one. It's in the pink one, Nivel 2. So, level 2 of the Break the Language Barrier series is where you will find the preterite explained, and in fact, all the past tenses explained. So I will put some links in the description box. I will tell you that. And also, don't forget there are lots of other videos now on the channel, so stay a while after you finish watching this video, and there'll be a playlist on past tenses if that's something you're struggling with. That's normally what people are struggling with, are all the different past tenses. Okay, so número 7, lavar, to wash. Lave, nice easy one in the sense it's completely regular. Lavé, lavaste, lavó, lavamos, lavastes, lavaron. Now, remember this is only one L, so it's not llave or it's le. Lave, lavaste, lavó, lavamos, lavastes, lavaron. If it was reflexive, it would be lavarse, to wash oneself or to have a wash, and this is not reflexive, so. And our example, lavaste el coche la semana pasada. Did you wash your car or the car last week? I would say no. I hate washing the car, but anyway, never mind. And it keeps raining at the moment, so there's no point in washing it because then you have to wash it again. So, lavaste el coche la semana pasada. Did you wash the car last week? Vale, número 8, preparar, which is to prepare. Lovely, easy verb because it actually sounds like what it actually does mean. Preparé, preparaste, preparó, preparamos, preparastes, prepararon. Yeah, I prepared, you prepared, he, she, it prepared, we prepared, you's prepared, they prepared. And sorry, that was my phone. I forgot to turn it off before I started the video. So, yeah, preparé, I prepared, preparaste, you prepared, preparó, he, she, it prepared, preparamos, we prepared, preparastes, you plural prepared, and preparon, they prepared. And the example is Marta preparó la cena. Yeah, Marta prepared the dinner. Now, another one that's got a little anomaly in here, like llegar, is the verb tocar, which is to play, to touch or to play an instrument. So not to play football, not to play any kind of games, not to play tennis, only to play instruments, music or music. So, first person, we see, again, for the pronunciation, Because if you had T-O-C-E, it would be toce, because C is the. So to preserve the K sound is toque, toque. So toque, tocaste, tocó, tocamos, tocastes, tocaron. So toque is with a Q. And our example, tocaron el piano en un bar el domingo pasado. So they played the piano in a bar last Sunday. ¿Vale? Okay, número 10, the last one. I mean, there are lots of regular verbs, but I'm just putting some examples up here so we can get the hang of the endings. Pintar, to paint. And this is a nice, easy, regular verb to learn. Also, because it sounds like paint, so it's quite a good one. Pinte, pintaste, pintó, pintamos, pintastes, pintaron. And the example, mi amigo pintó mi casa ayer. My friend painted my house yesterday. And I just want to dedicate this video to, that's what made me think of pintar, because it's very sadly this week, a friend of mine died who was a painter and decorator, and I'd like to just dedicate this to his memory. Okay, so rest in peace, Lee. Descansa en paz. Okay, so that's it. Espero que hayas encontrado el video útil. I hope you found the video useful. Please give me a thumbs up if you have, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Vale. Que tu Dios vaya contigo. Y te veo en el próximo video. Adiós.